This talk we're going to call Kyler Killar's Curiosities. It's curious that when I'm talking, I feel other impulses to do things like turn off the phone. And the body sometimes follows these impulses and sometimes doesn't. Who, what, where, when, why, and how, all about these impulses. Are they my impulses? Are they impulses given to me? And if so, by whom or what? It seems like there's an endless chain of questions that comes from something as simple as me feeling impulse. I feel an itch. Why do I feel an itch? There's no bug there biting me, visibly, and yet I feel an itch there. Is there something invisible that's causing me to feel an itch? Barbara Ann Brennan is someone you should look up. Barbara Ann Brennan has, I don't know if still is there, but a school of healing in Florida. She has a book called Hands of Light that I perused many, many years ago. I don't have the book anymore, and at one point I looked to see if I should get it again, and it was still very expensive. And I kind of figured it was as pointless for me to buy it now as it was then, because she had abilities to see things that I can't see. So her teachings are interesting, absolutely interesting, because you do get a certain idea of what she sees because of her drawings. But even after you've read the book, I don't see what she sees. She sees multiple let's call it aura. She sees layers of aura when she looks at a living being. And if there are rips and tears or bad energies in the aura, she can see them. And she can use her hands to fix these problem areas. According to her book, if you believe the stories. I mean, is it possible she's just cooked this all up and it's a big scam? You can take either side of this argument and run with it, because there's always a way to run with one side of an argument or the other. But for the sake of Kyler Killar's Curiosities, let's say she can see these things. Matt Kahn, who is a spiritual teacher on YouTube, also says that he sees, it appears to be auras. He says some people take LSD and see auras. I don't take LSD and I see auras. Me personally, I do not see auras. I see odd things with my eyes, sometimes, but I don't generally see auras. I don't even need to say generally, I don't see them. Do I believe Barbara Ann Brennan can see them? Why do you say believe? Believe is kind of a dumb word. It's like, I can't see auras. I can see her book. And in her book, she goes to great detail discussing the things that she sees, and she draws enormous pictures of, these kind of things that she sees so that I can see it with my eyes. And then the question is, do you believe? Believe is a dumb word. I mean, I can look to see what she's saying. Belief is... it's a dumb word. It's a illogical word. Illogical. Belief. It's when you say something is so... you say something is so. Someone asks you, how do you know this? Well, you could say, well, the proof is Barbara Ann Brennan has got the book Hands of Light, and she's gone to, so much trouble putting this together. On balance of probabilities in a court of law, I would say she sees this stuff. Balance of probabilities is how a court of law judges civil suits. Non-criminal matters are balance of probabilities, which is basically the judge saying, weighing the evidence, if 51% of the evidence in my mind says it's so, this is the way I'm going to go. Is it a good way of making a judgment? No, it's shitty. Because you're depending upon a judge, and God knows what filters and distortions the judge has got when he or she decides. Why is it that I say he decides? Because traditionally judges have been male, and it's only very recently in human history that females have been allowed to have the same kind of positions that men have. Why is that? It seems like human history is full of strange anomalies, strange cultural practices, strange beliefs. The beliefs that a woman is not suitable to be a judge, not suitable to vote, not suitable to own property, not suitable. That's a belief that was a great part of human history. What is it based upon? Back in some days, perhaps it was the story of Adam and Eve was created from Adam's rib. People actually believed this way back in the day, and they used the Bible and all its weird stories to justify things like slavery. But a belief, when I say I believe, do I really believe? I don't like the word believe. It's not the same as if you say, I know. I know is way stronger of a statement than I believe. If you were going to ask me my opinion might be, I know two sides or three sides of this story. Which is correct? I don't know. Or I'm leaning towards this explanation right now, but I could be changed with new information and a new set and setting. Set and setting, you will remember, comes from the work of people like Timothy Leary and their psychedelic practices. I think set has to do with your incoming mood into your psychedelic session, and setting is where it's taking place. But I would say in general, people who hold to their beliefs without any proof are idiots. Closed-minded people who say this is the way it is because I read it in a book or was told to me by my grandpa, that's not a very good reason to say this is true.